looked extremely rocky for the Mudville Nine that day. The score stood 2-4 with an inning left to play. So when Cooney died at second, and Burroughs, he did the same. A paler wreathed the features of the patrons of the game. A straggling few got up to go, leaving there the rest. With that hope which springs eternal within the human breast, they thought, if only Casey could get a whack at that, they'd put up even money now. With Casey at the bat. But Flynn preceded Casey, and likewise so did Blake. The former was a puddin', and the latter was a fake. So on that stricken multitude, a death-like silence sat, with a seen but little chance of Casey getting to the bat. But Flynn let drive a single, to the wonderment of all. And the much despised Blake tore the cover off the ball. And when the dust had lifted, and they saw what had occurred, there was Blakey safe at second, and Flynn hugging third. Then, from the gladdened multitudes went up a joyous yell. It rumbled in the mountaintops, it rattled in the dale. It struck upon the hillside and rebounded on the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing to the bat. There was ease in Casey's manner as he stepped into his place. There was pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on Casey's face. And when responding to the cheers, he lightly doffed his hat. No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded when he wiped them on his shirt. Then, when the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance glanced in Casey's eye. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere came hurtling through the air, and Casey stood a-watching it in haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball unheeded sped.
That ain't my style,
said Casey.
Strike one!
The umpire said. From the benches black with people, there went up a muffled roar like the beatings of a storm winds on a stern and distant shore.
Kill him! Kill the umpire!
Shouted someone from the stand, and it's likely they'd have killed him had not Casey raised his hand. With a smile of Christian charity, great Casey's visage showed. He stilled the rising tumult. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew. But Casey still ignored it, and the umpire said,
Strike two! Strike!
Cried the maddened thousands, and the echo answered. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow stern and cold. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey would not let that ball go by again. The sneer is gone from Casey's lips. His teeth are clenched with hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball. And now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow.
Strike three!
Oh, somewhere in this favored land the sun is shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light, and somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout. But there is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.